channel.
Today we're going to bring you guys a very interesting episode. But first, and as always guys, if you guys enjoy our content, you know what you guys can do. You can share, you can like, or you can subscribe to our channel. When you guys subscribe to our channel, you know what you do? You guys are building our empire and allowing us to provide you guys with even much more greater content for you guys to enjoy. All right, moving on. 3 rounds with some of the most interesting characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, solely based on the Marvel Cinematic Universe powers, abilities, all that stuff is going to go all from there. It's not going to come from the comics. No comic stories on this end. It's only going to be based on the movies, live action films that these characters have been portrayed in. So we're going to be focusing on Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, and we're going to be focusing on Brie Larson's Captain Marvel, just based on the film's characters, just so we're clear. And we're gonna have 3 rounds. So let's start with round 1. Powerless. So powerless wise, let's just talk about these 2 particular character skills. Let's start off with Carol Danvers' portrayal in the film. Now in the film, you already can tell that there are certain things about her experience. She has a military experience in her background, so she obviously knows how to fight from military standpoint. On top of that, she also has intergalactic military experience, as she was trained by Creed members in the military tactical style. So you already have 2 things going into her favor there when it comes to experience in hand-to-hand combat. So it's not necessarily, and on top of that, she was a pilot. So I mean, it's not actually a feat at that, because we're actually just talking about fighting hand-to-hand. But if it was like a pilot jet situation, she had kind of an advantage in that end. But we're talking about powerless fights, and we're just talking hand-to-hand. So she does have the experience to throw down with some of the best if she wanted to. Remember one time she had her hands tied, and she didn't have her energy blast. She had to use her own hands, or cuffed in some kind of weird metal or something, to beat on the Skrulls and go fist to fist with them. So she didn't do too bad on that end. So we're clear. Now, let's talk about Wonder Woman, or Princess Diana. Now, Diana, if you already heard the story in the film, you already know she was raised as an Amazonian warrior. I mean, since she was a kid, she was trained in the art or in the skills of an Amazonian way. So fighting wise, she's got that down. I mean, these women can fly and all that stuff. And this is without like Wonder Woman's superpowers. Like if they're just Amazonian women, they just know how to jump and leap into the air perfectly and do all kinds of crazy stunts without really needing the extreme amount of superpowers to do it. So we're clear. You got to see their Olympics. It's insane. But that being said, obviously since she was trained since a child, she does have a lot of experience in hand-to-hand combat, fighting wise, with or without a weapon. So you got to give her credit. She's probably more diversified in the experience of fighting than, I want to say, Carol Danvers kind of learned here and there certain fighting style techniques, but when it comes to the Amazonian warrior, she probably learned several techniques and also has new fighting styles that not a lot of people in our world would know. So between the 2, who would win in a fight? Well, Carol Danvers can probably hold her own against Princess Diana in a fight. Diana, just even if she didn't have her power, she still has her weapons. I mean, she's got the shield, she's still got a blade. I mean, she could take Carol Danvers without powers. But even if she didn't have the weapons and it was just hand to hand, Princess Diana is just a lot more experienced in the realm of fighting. Like, she's been doing this since she was a kid, while Carol Danvers has been fighting in her life in her own way, but not like warriors. We're not taught in our realm to fight every day and to be ready, prepared for any kind of battlefield training or war that's going to throw down. I mean, we rely on weapons for that. But when it comes to Princess Diana, she's always battle ready, which means in a powerless fight, if it was just the 2 of them fist to fist, I want to say Princess Diana has this one. So this round goes to Wonder Woman. Okay, round 2, powered up. Powered up wise, Carol Danvers, she's shown that she's one of the top female dogs, I guess. Top dog. I don't know if top female dog or top dog. Either way, that's one of the top tier characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. She's one of the heavy hitters, the top female characters out there. There isn't a lot of strong female characters in the Marvel realm, if I'm being honest. So to have one like that as a heavy hitter on the front of the stage says something a lot. And her powers have shown over the course of the films. She took on the Kree army and even scared them. I mean, they were going to try to invade, and she shows up out of nowhere in the atmosphere and says, nah, you ain't coming anywhere near my planet. And then just bam, teaches them a lesson, and they all flee. And let's also not forget the time she fought Thanos in the Endgame, and she literally just goes toe to toe. He was trying to headbutt her, didn't do a dent. She actually makes him bow down to her. So you got to give Carol Danvers credit where credit's due. She has incredible powers, and the woman can fly at Mach speeds and travel on different all over the world. And let's not forget, she ran through a spaceship without any dent. She also carried Tony Stark's alien spaceship, back home without breaking a sweat. There's just so many moments where Carol Danvers' power just shows that she is like the top tier level character when it comes to the powerhouses. But let's talk about Princess Diana too. Diana has also shown in her powerhouse abilities that she is tough. She's fought the god of war, Ares, and she put him down. Let's not forget that she fought toe to toe. She's fought She's fought some top tier characters like Steppenwolf and Doomsday, if you remember. Okay, those are a lot. She fought German soldiers. She's fought several different types of characters, and powerhouse characters. Like, maybe the German soldiers aren't exactly like powerhouse characters, but fighting an army almost by yourself says something. Fighting Steppenwolf, who is a new god, I believe is a new god, yes, new god, is saying something. Fighting Doomsday, who's just one of those abomination things that you can't just stop easily, is saying something. All the characters, and Ares, even Ares, the god, he's a god. She was considered a god killer, so I do believe her power is right up there. In the films, it's really up there. She's also the top tier character in the female DC realm. So when you put Carol and Danvers together, when you talk about films with comic characters or female strong characters, and who in the headline right now, it's obviously Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel. So between the two, who would win this powerhouse match? It's hard to say, because when you look between the two, they're pretty narrow when it comes to the top tier moments. But the one thing that I'm gonna give to Carol Danvers is Wonder Woman 1984. Why? Because in the film, she faces Maxwell Lord, who has like this incredible power of granting people's wishes, and it's like a magical element and everything like that. But in the film, if you notice, she doesn't really actually defeat him. Like, she doesn't take him down with a weapon or a fist. She actually relies on human and her lasso in order to convince people to give up their wishes, in order for him to go back to normal and all that stuff. So it wasn't a real fist-to-fist fight. She did beat Cheetah, but she's always beaten Cheetah in the comics. So in the film, it was pretty obvious that's probably going to happen. But when it comes to the final character, your main villain, your whole plot point, and she couldn't put him down officially by herself, yeah, that does say a lot. When you look at Carol Danvers' record, she's actually defeated her characters. She's defeated Creed. She would have defeated Thanos on her own. I mean, there isn't a moment where she looked like she was going to lose any fights at this moment in time throughout the film. So I'm going to say, given the fact that her powers have shown to really step up, and she's shown to be able to take out top tier characters and not lose a fight, and though Wonder Woman did, I'm going to give this round to Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel. Alright, now round 3, get it done. Alright, so let's talk about Carol Danvers. Carol Danvers, I mean, she's got all that juice in her possession, which means she's pretty tough to beat. That cosmic level of power inside her is going to be hard to put down, no doubt about it. Her speed, her strength is also something to include into that element, so you have to give her some credit where credit is due. She's not going to be that easy to defeat. That being said, she did rely mostly on her powers in order to get her out of a jam. So hand to hand, she's not really that like, I will be able to finish someone off. She does rely on her powers, so might be an advantage, might be a disadvantage. But then let's talk about Princess Diana. She also has something in her corner, which happens to be the weapons. She has like the sword, she has the shield, she has that eagle gold armor wingsuit. She has the lasso. She has so many options in her corner when it comes to defense that she could use to execute Carol Danvers. All she needs to do is get close enough to her in order to slay her down for the count in that sort of way. And given her experience, Princess Diana has been able to put people down before other stronger characters, considering she's an Amazonian warrior. But the one thing that gives both or one of them an advantage is distance. Now, again, I have to bring up Wonder Woman 1984 because, and also let's not mention, Wonder Woman 1984 is going to be the best example because with Carol Danvers, she has energy that can project and power blasts that can push Diana back all the time, keep her away from her. And Princess Diana needs to be able to get close enough to execute her with that sword or something. Without getting close enough, Carol Danvers still has an advantage as long as she keeps using her energy, which she does in a fight. If she feels like she's pressured and she can't put someone down, she uses the energy blast to push someone away. So she will continue to create distance against Diana during a fight. Now, Princess Diana might be able to use her shield to protect her when it comes to a faraway shot. But again, close up, this is one of those moments where Carol Danvers is just going to wait for her opportunity to shoot the blast. Princess Diana needs to take a moment to put those shield bracelets up compared to Carol Danvers, who just needs to shoot an energy blast right out of her body. So if she keeps creating that distance, which Carol Danvers is never going to run out of juice, and Princess Diana just cannot seem to get that execution, at some point I do believe it's gonna put a toll on Wonder Woman. Eventually she's not going to be able to get that close, or it might drain her to a point where Carol Danvers could finally shoot the last blast or get one good hit at her and put her down for the count and claim this last round as a victory. So yeah, I'm gonna say because of her heavy hitter energy blast, she's gonna keep Wonder Woman away to the point where Wonder Woman's gonna eventually get drained, and then Captain Marvel can capitalize and win this round. Captain Marvel wins this one. But it's so if you guys agree or you don't agree with my argument, you know what you can do. You can leave down in the comment section below. As always, No Press Fan, we really appreciate you guys. Catch you guys later. Peace. Keeping the 300 subs.